Ah, you can't do it. You know, if it's so easy, if it's so fundamental, then just do it, right? Like, but so many people have a hard time with this alternate picking thing, you know, and it is. It's super simple, right? Just pick up and then pick down. And if it was that simple, we could just say that and then perform the concept, then I wouldn't have many videos to make. But it's not that easy, right? Instead, you have to like practice with the metronome and then write a haiku. Pick up and then pick down. Not a lot to learn, mate. This is a comment from someone who I'm assuming is Australian. If they're not Australian, that's even more funny. But yeah, the comment is basically taking a jab at, like, it's a simple concept, right? Alternate picking. Why would you need to create a whole video on it? Well, if I didn't need to create a whole video on it, why would you end up watching that video? You know, that's my first question. Right? It's because it's not so simple. It's not as simple as just pick up and then pick down. I mean, on paper, it's a simple concept, but people have a terrible time doing this, you know, and they can't. Most people resort to economy picking. You know, it's so easy to do this alternate picking. I guarantee you, you can't do it anyway. Sweep with your pick. To quote the great Squiscar Squig Elf, you know, you can't do it. Otherwise, why would you be watching this video? You know, it's this hilarious thing to me. Like, you don't need more information. You need the proper implementation. You have to take exercises that are actually going to get you to consistently pick up and then pick down, or pick down and then up, you know, either one, but just consistent. There's so many different videos, there's so many different licks, but I guarantee you, when you pick up the guitar, if you're having a hard time building speed with alternate picking, it's because you're not alternate picking. In actuality, you're doubling up on upstrokes, doubling up on downstrokes. You know, very, very few rare cases, and I work with a lot of guitar players personally in premium guitar coaching. It's super rare that I find someone that comes to me and they already have like a really good form, just consistently pick up and then pick down, you know. It's these guys that you just need to show a couple quick exercises, such as breaking up 16th notes into one beat at a time, 2 beats at a time. You know, something along those lines. With a metronome, getting that faster and faster and faster. As long as they're consistent up and down, it shouldn't be an issue. The problem is it's so rare that it will be consistent. What people do instead is they go, you know, like they're economy picking. You know, and even when it comes to economy picking, a lot of people will mess up. Instead of clicking through the string, you know, and plowing into the next string, instead of doing that, and then they take their pick like way out of the string and then go for another pick stroke. Similar to people trying to sweep pick fast. Instead of sweeping, they'll pick, they'll like downstroke a lot. You see all that bounce, all that extra motion? So in essence, fundamentals win fights. It's the same thing with like weight training, because you can get incredibly strong with just the weight of your body. Like, you don't need all this fancy equipment, you know, kettlebells, dumbbells, squat rack. What's prestigious is the experience it takes to get there, because, I mean, fundamentally you can lift yourself with only one arm, you know, and it's like an elite strength movement. And if you can do that, you'll be very strong. But the question is, like, how do you get from not being able to do one pull-up to being able to do a one-arm pull-up? And I think therein lies the prestigiousness. What they don't tell you is, oh, there's a lot of variations along the way. You know, there's a lot of ways that you can break this up and make it easier on yourself to have a bit of a journey on your way there. I think it's the same thing with alternate picking, because, yeah, just pick up and then pick down. Super simple in concept. But how do you do that with 16th notes at 200 beats per minute when you're starting at 80 beats per minute and you don't even know what a subdivision is? You know, you don't even know what a 16th note is. Or maybe you think you do, but when you go to play it, it doesn't sound anything like a 16th note. So that's probably the most important thing to understand. If not just that whole concept that I just explained, then rather subdivisions themselves. Like, yeah, if you don't get that we're playing if you don't know what I just did, then yeah, you're lost. You gotta understand what is a quarter note, what's an eighth note, what's a triplet, what's a 16th note, how do I play them consistent to a click, and only then can we think about, like, okay, we want to bring the metronome up. And before that, like I said, if your goal is to actually alternate pick down, pick up, then you have to make sure you're doing that. Where people mess up right away is they go to the next string and then already they're not alternate picking anymore. They'll go down, up, down, down. Or when they finish on an upstroke, like down, up, down, down, up, they'll go back to the next string on an upstroke again, you know? It's like, where's the consistency in that, you know? If you're to play sextuplets, every single stroke should come back on a down, because you played 6 notes, so it's an even number, so you're going to start on the same pick stroke. And get yourself a Jackson, because this thing plays itself. Alright, so yeah, if you're interested in alternate picking and getting better at it, actually playing up and down, there's a link in the description below from my free course. It's called Alternate Picking Master. That's where I go into much more detail into all the things that I explained today. So yeah, you can check it out there. Talk to you in the next video. Peace.